Our next topic is urbanization. What does the urbanization mean? Urbanization means the increasing the population in urban areas, in cities. We had seen because of the facilities, the people getting in cities, so they are migrating towards the cities, right? People from different places, different location, if they are not able to get the facilities in their own origin or the villages, so they move towards the cities. So that's why the urbanization also happens. So it sometimes it also creates the problem because it increases the burden on the urban areas or the urban cities. That creates problem for the housing, for problem for the transportation. Even the inflation rate also increases because the prices became high. So this is the problem, but somehow government also trying to bring a stability, a balance between the urban and the rural areas, so people should get the facilities which they needed in their own locality, so that they won't move forward to in search of job or in search of good education. So what is urbanization? Urbanization is a process of the urbanization is the process of the concentration of population in a city or urban area. Increasing population is one major reason for urbanization, right? Since we are most of the us living in a city, so we can understand the population increasing day by day or year by year in the urban area, that affects a lot to the people. A few other factors affecting urbanization are air, water, and economy, as well as social organization necessary for community living. We had seen the pollution, we had seen the traffic in urban areas because of the increasing population. So these are the problems that people faced in urban life. In the context of post-independence India, when we talk about the post-independence period, the increase in urban population is also due to factors such as reduction in the mortality rate. So there are so many things that if attracts the people towards the urban area, because in urban areas we have a better medical facilities, so mortality rate is also less. What do you know mortality rate? Mortality rate means the death rate. Because of the good facilities, people get proper treatment on time, and that reduces the risk of life. So that's why this is the one of the main reason that people attracts toward these urban areas or cities. So mortality rate is one of the main thing. Industrialization, yes, due to the industries, people getting more and more opportunity, job, employment, business, so that's why people also move to the urban cities. Unavailability of means of livelihood in rural areas, yes, it's very much important. There are not so much facilities in rural area that people needed, like a proper standard of living, so they move towards the urban area. Job opportunities in cities, that also plays a very important role. And resulting migration. What is migration? Migration means moving from one place to another in search of job, in search of new opportunities, even maybe for the education, better living. So due to the migration also, there are so many people are now attracting towards the urban areas. To reduce the strain on city. What is strain? Strain means pressure. Since we know there are a lot people who are now moving toward the cities, and cities are getting overpopulated, overcrowded. So to remove the strain on cities, strain means pressure. We have seen the rush in Mumbai's local, right? Even in the markets, it is necessary to make job available in village. If you want to, if government want to reduce the strain, the pressure on cities, then there should be a job opportunity or employment in the villages also. Even school, colleges, right? Even better housing facility, drinking water facility, electricity supply, this should be need to be taken care. Achieve a balance in economic development, control the expansion of metros, and provide necessary services and facilities in both the urban as well as the rural areas. So all kind of facilities that should be provided in the urban and the rural areas. Next is rural area. What does it mean by rural area? Basically the villages, right? A village is a permanent settlement of farmers near the land they themselves tilled, either individually or collectively. What exactly is the farmer's life? They are living in the villages near their farm, and they're working on the farm. Basically, agriculture is the main occupation in the villages, so they are dependent upon their agriculture. Villages came into existence when farming began, as we all know. Villages came into existence when farming began. When human thoughts to do farming, then they started to live in a groups. Villages in India are thinly populated. What are thinly? Less as compared to the urban area, as compared to cities, the villages are thinly populated. ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन नहीं होती विलेजेस की. अगर आप लोग ने भी अपने विलेजेस में विजिट किया होगा, आपने देखा होगा विलेज ग्रुप कैसी होती है. एक छोटी छोटी कम्युनिटी होती है जहाँ पे एक साइड सारे एग्रीकल्चर लैंड होते हैं और एक छोटे मतलब एक नॉर्मल कम्युनिटी प्लेस में लोग रहते हैं. आपने देखा होगा इस तरह की लाइफ या सेटलमेंट विलेजेस में होता है. A dense cluster of houses surrounded by farmland is a unique feature of Indian village. So, what is a feature of Indian village? A dense cluster. Dense cluster means a surrounding of a home at a certain place, and they spread it nearby the farmland. A settlement smaller than even a village is called a hamlet. So, अगर जो village जो छोटी community होती है जहाँ पे बहुत कम घर होते हैं, 12-15 घर या 20 घर ही होते हैं, जो छोटी सी कम्युनिटी है, उसको क्या कहते हैं? विलेज नहीं कहते, उसको हैमलेट कहते हैं. Compared to the urban community, the village community is very small. If you compare the village community with the urban community, yes, naturally, village community is very much small. You had seen even in your village, the people know each other by their names or by their family. But even in the city, we sometimes we don't know our neighbors also. So that kind of difference we can see in the urban and the rural areas. Villages are not uniform across India. Yes, very much important. As we know, there are multiple villages all over the India. So the villages are not uniform. What are the uniform? Same. Different villages have their own concept of houses, their own concept of dressing style, their culture, tradition. So you can find variations, diversity. Villages are not uniform across India. There are differences based on religion and physical features. Post-independence period. What are the changes brought in our country as related to the rural area after the independence? Keeping in mind the goal of rural development, as we already learned in the 5-year plans, that government also give importance to the rural development. Urban development में तो है ही है importance, but at the same time government tries to bring the balance between the rural and the urban areas, and for that purpose they are providing electricity supply, proper transportation, job opportunity, industries in the rural areas also. So we had seen there are so many schemes or the programs has been implemented to develop the rural areas. Keeping in mind the goal, we know the goal, the aim, the target. Keeping in mind the goal of rural development, the collective development scheme has came into force. Plans were made for improving farming technology. As we all know, in past the farming techniques were done in a traditional way, but now the farming are done in a modern way with the help of machines. Even government also supports the farmers to provide them loans for the better quality of farming, or even they provide them a storehouses, even the irrigation facilities. So this really helps to improve the situation of the farmers. Plans were made for improving farming technology, increasing the area of irrigated land, extending educational facilities, enacting the laws for land reform under the scheme. Even government had we don't mean enacted means created. Even government has created so many laws that relate with the farmers so that they can get a proper facility in the villages in respect to their land. It also aimed at increasing agriculture produce as well as expanding the means of transport. So it also aimed to increase the agriculture produce, right? Agriculture production should be increased, that our country should be self-sufficient at least for the production of food grains, health services, and scope for education in the rural area. Also government tries to provide the better medical facility or the educational facility in the rural areas. It was decided to give priority to economic development in villages. In different schemes, in different plans, even in the 5-year plans, we have seen government tries to give more importance in the rural area for the development or the welfare of the rural areas. It was decided to give priority to economic development in villages. So it was decided to give priority. But priority means importance, more value. The government undertook this work through the medium of Gram Panchayats, which included the people from all caste and tribe. We know, like we have our government. So in the same way, the villages are regulated by the Panchayat Samiti, Gram Panchayat. Right, like we have a corporation, municipal corporation, a municipal council. So in the same way, in the villages they have a gram panchayat. So different panchayat samitis has been set up so that they can look after the welfare of the particular village, by their own with the help of the government planning or the schemes. To achieve this, the Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samitis, and Zilla Parishad were empowered with more authority. Empowered means to provide power, to give more. You can say power, so that they can also have the authority to work accordingly. Changing economic life. If you had seen, there is a huge change in our happened in our country after the independence. It can be seen with the लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ द पीपल. आज अब लोगों को देख सकते हो, हर बेसिक फैसिलिटीज़ उनके पास होते हैं. इवन आप देखोगे तो लग्जरियस थिंग भी लोगों के पास होते हैं. पहले ये सब चीज़ें नहीं थी. आप इमेजिन करो, इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद लोगों ने टेलीफोन के बारे में सोचा भी नहीं था. हाँ, ब्रिटिशर्स ने हमारे कंट्री में टेलीफोन बहुत पहले इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया था, बट वो इतना कॉमन नहीं था. आज आप देखते हो हर एक घर में हर एक मेंबर के पास सेल फोन्स हैं विद प्रॉपर इंटरनेट फैसिलिटी. इमेजिन इन द पास्ट इंटरनेट कॉस्ट goes to the thousands or lakhs of rupees even, but today we getting almost free. So these are the changes. Even the transportation, in past we have a very few medium for transportation. Now we have every option. Maybe it's airways, waterways, railways, roadways, so many things, and new inventions are happening day by day, year by year. So this has brought a change in economic life also. It can be shown with our standard of living, right? Earlier, every village was economically self-sufficient. As we know, the village culture, the village was self-sufficient by their own. They have a planning that the people will share their resources with each other to fulfill the need of the village. But now we had a system where we need to buy everything in exchange of money. A majority of the villages were dependent on farming. Farm produce used to be distributed among artisans as payment for their work. As we all know, in past we have a barter system where people don't use money for any kind of work. They exchange their goods, article, or even the farm produce in respect to their work, or in returns to their needs. Now the situation has changed. Rural areas are engaged in agriculture and occupations ancillary to farming. What is the ancillary farming? Ancillary means related that with farming. As we all know, like animal husbandry, fishing, these are also related with the agriculture. So agriculture is the main occupation and others are the subsidiary. So in way, the ancillary, you can say subsidiary that are attached or that are related with the agriculture. While urban area society is engaged in non-agriculture production and service sector. As we all know, urban sector is basically depend upon the non-agriculture production and even on the service sector. Like we have the different offices, different industries. So in this way, there is a difference between the urban areas and the rural areas. Rural development. When we talk about the rural development, after the independence, there was a lot change happened in the rural areas, because so many government programs has been introduced to develop the rural areas. Even in the year 1961, 82% of the India's population living in the rural area, but day by day this number got increased because people moving from rural areas to the urban cities. In 1961, 82% of India's population resided in villages. In 1971, that the percent was 80.01. So far, the rural areas shouldered the responsibility of providing food grains and other raw material to urban area. As we all know, rural area had taken shouldered the responsibility of providing the food grains and raw material to the urban areas. What do you mean by taking the responsibility shouldered? Shouldered means to take responsibility to fulfill the needs. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, कंधों पर जिम्मेदारी लेना. तो आज हमें जो भी शहर में मिल रहा है वो बिकॉज ऑफ विलेजेस, farmers, they are working hard on their land, that's why we get food grains. Yes, we are paying for that, but again, if farmers won't work, how can we get the food grains? Even for the industries, the raw material are available through the agriculture only. There are three major challenges with reference to the rural development. So there are so many challenges, but you talk about the challenges, but three are the main challenges. They are namely bringing about economic development. Yes, it is very much important. Like we have a economic development in urban areas, so that should be also introduced in rural areas also. Developing facilities to meet social needs. People even in the urban area, they should also get the social welfare or other opportunities. And finally, bringing about a change of attitude and matter concerning society, culture, and ways of thinking. Because of the lack of education, the people who are living in the villages or the remote area, their thinking or their mindset are different as compared to the urban areas. So that needs to be also changed. It is equally necessary to expedite irrigation projects and bring about land reform. So it is very much necessary to introduce some kind of irrigation project and the land reform system. What are reforms means? Changes. Because it's a responsibility of the government that every individual, every people should get the benefit from the government schemes or the planning. It is, there should not be a gap between the rural and the urban areas. Like since we are living in the urban areas, we are getting the facilities, but people who are not living in urban areas, or those who are living in rural areas, they are facing so many issues. Social needs and facility. What are social needs and facilities? Social needs, the needs of the society, right? The facilities should be there, the proper electricity, proper drainage facility, proper transportation, roads, even proper law and order. So these are the needs of the society. It is necessary to give priority to facilities for public hygiene. Yes, it is very much important, right? Public hygiene is a main concern, and healthcare services. Seeing the situation, we need a proper healthcare system. We had seen even the, what you can say, the economically well countries like European nations or the country like America, they also face the health issues during this COVID situation. So why we should not have a proper health care facilities in our own country? It is necessary to give priority to facilities for public hygiene and healthcare. Even today, the rural population faces problem related to the year-round provision of drinking water. Year-round means throughout the year. In many parts of the country, they don't have a proper supply of water or the tap water. They are using the water from the wells, canals, or the river. So many times it is not pure. So there should be certain kind of projects that should purify, or purification plants should be set up at certain places so that the people should get a proper drinking water. Even today, the rural population faces problem related to the year-round provision of drinking water, toilets, open drainage. Yeah, drainage facility also not available at every places. Narrow roads, inadequate electrification. What is inadequate? Inadequate means which is not sufficient. जितनी ज़रूरत है उतना नहीं है. Electrification means बेटा supply of electricity. And lack of facilities for medical treatment. And there is a lack of facility for the medical treatment. There is a lack of good quality educational facilities from primary level to the higher education centers for recreation and libracy. So there is also in villages there won't have any kind of facilities for entertainment or any kind of recreation center. What are recreation centers? Like any kind of library or a reading room, or you can say any theaters or any kind of social activities that can be arranged at a certain place. So there should be certain, like you can say a garden or any gym. So these facilities should be available in rural area also. That is why it is necessary to give special attention to rural area. So this is much important that we should, or our government should give more attention to the rural areas. The collective development scheme had an important place in all the first 4 5-year plans of the government of India. As we had seen in the 5-year plans, government always gave their attention toward the rural development. The state of Maharashtra, even our state, Maharashtra, registered remarkable achievement under this scheme. In our state, there are so many changes or plans introduced for the rural development, and that give a remarkable change in the society. For example, Zilla Parishads were established in 1962. So these are the few examples that give clear idea about the changes brought in the society. Nutritious diet scheme was launched in 1970-1971. The state also started rural water supply scheme for sinking wells and providing piped water. What do you mean sinking wells? The arrangement of wells, even the piped water. Piped water means the supply of water through the pipes. So these are the different schemes or the different facilities that has been introduced by the government to the rural areas. By 1971, 1677 small dams has also been built in Maharashtra. So it is very much important. We need to preserve the water, right? We need to conserve it for the future use. As we all know, we have rainfall only for 3 to 4 months, but after the rainfall also we need water. So it is very much important to save the water. Rural electrification. What do you mean by electrification? Electrification means the supply of electricity. As we know, we are living in cities, so we have electric supplied round the clock 24 hours. But in rural areas, many of the villages don't even have the electricity, or few villages have the electricity only for few hours. But they also have the need of the electricity, right, for the storage purposes. Even with the help of electricity, it can help in the education also, to run the machines. Even for the entertainment, we need the TV televisions. So every person needs such kind of facilities. Even if they are living in villages, they should have certain kind of facilities, na. Electricity is essential. Essential means important for the development of rural areas. Yes, it is very much important. Every villages, every city should have the electric supplied throughout the day, 24 hours. Automatic pumps are needed to water the fields. As we all know now, most of the agriculture activities are based on the machines. So to run the machines, we need electricity. Electricity is needed to preserve perishable food items such as the milk, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Yes, this is very much important. What do we mean perishable and non-perishable? Perishable means which can easily get spoiled. Non-perishable which has a span of a life. जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, कोई चीज़ जल्दी ख़राब होती है तो उसे पेरिशेबल कहते हैं, जो थोड़े दिन तक टिके रहते हैं उसे नॉन पेरिशेबल कहते हैं. जैसे आप देखते हो वीट, राइस, दाल, जवार, इसको हम कुछ दिन तक स्टोर कर सकते हैं, बट वी कांट स्टोर एग, मिल्क for a longer period. For that, they need to be stored in a cold house. Even the fish, these are the perishable item. So government also prepared a certain kind of storage facility, or godowns, or certain kinds of facility to store their food grains or certain kind of things that required for their business or their trade. Electricity is needed to preserve perishable food items such as the milk, eggs, fruits, and vegetables, to run fertilizer projects, and for fans and TV, and for lights, or studying at night. Yes, very much important. During the first 5-year plan, electricity has been provided by to 2000. Sorry. During the first 5-year plan, electricity has been provided to 3,000 villages in India. By 1973, it reached 138,646 villages. From 1966, it was decided to supply more electricity for pumps and bore wells. Rural Electrification Corporation was established in 1969. So this new kind of system introduced by the government, the rural electrification process, that every rural area should be get supply of electricity. So from 1966, it was decided to supply more electricity for pumps and bore wells. Rural Electrification Corporation was established in 1969. Rural electrification cooperative societies come into being in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Uttar Pradesh. So these are the states that implemented such kind of projects or the scheme for the supply of electricity in those areas, or in the rural areas. Industrial development. If we talk about the industrial development, government always strive for the industries to develop in the urban as well as the rural area. Even we had seen the different 5-year plans, government always had made such kind of arrangement that should be some improvement in the industrial production or the industrial growth. A village industries planning committee was formed to help the development of industry in rural area. A committee named Village Industries Planning Committee has been developed in industry in rural areas. By 1972, 106,000 persons got employed under this scheme. So you can see it can create the job opportunities, and most of the people also got the jobs. We had the number that by 1972, 106,000 workers get employed in these industries. The government of Maharashtra has also started residential high schools. Even in our country, there are different kinds of arrangement given to these schools, so that people or the students should get the proper facilities from that. Even in Maharashtra, we had a system called Vidya Niketan. In this project, government tries to provide a better schooling to the students who are living in the remote areas or the rural areas. So they providing them the stay facilities, so that they should not travel too far for their education. The government of Maharashtra has also started residential high schools known as Vidya Niketan in Satara, Aurangabad, Nashik, and Chikaldara. So these are the places where these kind of project has been started. Their purpose, what was the purpose to start such kind of schools? Their purpose is to provide the best quality education to intelligent and meritorious village students living in unfavorable conditions. As per the recommendations of the Kothari Commission, agriculture universities were also started Rauri, Akola, Parbhani, and Dapoli in Maharashtra. So these are the different places where such kind of education system also started. In recognition of the work done in the field of education, UNESCO awarded its international prize for the spread of literacy to Maharashtra in 1972. We all know UNESCO is an affiliated organization that works for the United Nations. So they appreciated the work of done by the Maharashtra government in the terms of education. So they also appreciated and they announced the prize at the international level to the Maharashtra state in 1972. So in this way, overcoming the obstacle or the problems at the beginning of post independence period. So we have so many problems or trouble we had faced after the independence. India began to develop and make progress. So in this way, we had made a lot progress. So in next chapter, in 10th chapter, we shall learn more about the developments in other areas also, right? So it's the same thing. We will learn about the changing life in the next chapter or in the 10th chapter. So we had understood the journey or the development that we had seen in the past 40 to 50 years that had been achieved in our country. So exercise. So since we are very much well aware of the topic, so you can able to give the answers. So question number 1: the first open heart surgery under the leadership of Dr. N. Gopinath was successfully performed in the city of Vellore, right? Remember the name of the college, Christian Medical College. It's in Vellore in Tamil Nadu. Dash is known as the father of Jaipur food. Who is known as the father of Jaipur food? Dr. Pramod Sethi, right? He's known as the father of the Jaipur food. Good. We need to identify the wrong pair, and basically, as per the news examination pattern, we no need to write the correct pair. But if sometime if asked in the question paper, अगर क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछ रहे हैं कि आइडेंटिफाई द रॉन्ग पेयर एंड करेक्ट इट, so we need to write both. And if we write only the identify the wrong pair, we'll just identify. Okay. So first one, Dr. N. Gopinath open heart surgery. Yes, it's a correct pair. Ramchandra Sharma, a skilled craftsman. Yes, it is also correct pair. Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay, test tube baby. Yes, correct pair. So fourth one, Dr. Mohan Rao, polio. No, it's a wrong pair. If you know Dr. Mohan Rao, it is very much famous for the kidney transplant. Remember? Next, explain the concept. We need to explain the concept. So we have a different paragraphs for these concept, like the institution of family. We have on the page number 47, right? We have a paragraph that explains us the institution of family, the change happened from joint family to the nuclear family. Next is Jaipur food technology. We have on the page number 48. We had seen with the help of Jaipur food, the differently abled people can get an opportunity to depend upon own self. Urbanization, we had seen the change that happened from the rural to the urban areas. On the page number 49 we have changing economic life. We have on the page number 50, where we had seen previously the villagers are depend upon each other for their needs, but now the system has been changed. Next is give reason. We need to give the reason for the statement. Like the campaign for pulse polio immunization was taken on. We know the campaign. Government tries to create the awareness among the people about the pulse polio. आप लोगों ने बहुत बार टीवी में ऐड देखा होगा, सचिन तेंदुलकर, अमिताभ बच्चन, इतने बड़े बड़े स्टार्स लोगों को मोटिवेट करते हैं that the newly born babies or the kids between the age of 5 years, they should be get vaccinated, right? They should get the polio drops because it's very much important, because as we all know polio is an incurable disease. So किसी को भी क्यों होना चाहिए, पहले से ही उसके वैक्सीन ले लो, राइट? आपने देखो सुना होगा ना स्लोगन, 2 बूंद जिंदगी के. तो इट इज़ वेरी मच important. The rural water supply scheme was started. Why government has started the rural water system scheme? Because rural areas should get proper water supply, because they need for the agriculture and for the different activities like animal husbandry or for the fishing, we had seen there are so many ponds in the villages where they rear the fish. So in this way, there should be a proper supply of water throughout the year so that they have a proper crops. So that should be a need of proper water supply in rural areas. Next, answer the following question in 20 following questions. What kinds of discrimination does the Constitution prohibit? Prohibit means stop. What kind of discrimination? The discrimination of race, caste, gender, religion, region. So our Constitution doesn't support such things. What is the aim of the social welfare program? So what are the aims of the social welfare program? So we have a whole paragraph right on the page number 48 about the social welfare programs. What are the challenges facing rural development? So what are the challenges that face in the rural development? We have in the on the page number 50. There are so many challenges that faced by the rural development. Well, three challenges which we had learned. They are bringing about economic development, developing facilities to meet social needs, and finally bringing about a change of attitude in matters concerning the society, culture, and ways of thinking. Right. Next, write a brief review of the significant events in the field of public health in India. So if you had seen, there are so many lot changes or improved in our country related to the medical field. We have on the page number 48 where we had seen the open heart surgery, kidney transplantation, Jaipur food. We had seen the testy baby technology. Right. So these are things had been very much improved in our country that give lot support to the people or the scope in the medical treatment to the common people of our nation. So in this way we had completed the chapter. So go through the chapter, read the entire paragraph and the entire topic. Any doubt, any confusion, just mark it out so that we can discuss and we can clarify it. Okay, so please take care and do not impact your studies seeing the situation. Be focused, be aware, and give your best during the examination. Yes, thank you.